welcome to ASMR. Hello there. I welcome you to today's video upon the topic today on which we speak of is movies, and it will be spoken in a way which is ASMR inducing and to help bring you the relaxation, but also giving you the vital information you need to know about the movies that we're going to talk about today. So, today's topic for movies and the ASMR topic of movies, it is going to be adventure. So, I've picked 3 movies which I think really personify the meaning of adventure and what you'd want in a film when you're seeking adventure. Now, before we begin, as well, I'm sure it's very clear now that I am a hell-bent, just absolute, complete Star Wars nerd. So before I get on with this video, I must show you one thing. I have my friend Yoda with me, and Yoda will help me not talk about Star Wars, and he will make sure that I don't go off track, and no matter what topic I talk about, I will not make it related to Star Wars, because I love Star Wars way too much, and it's Star Wars everything for me. And if I could, I would totally buy everything that's on my Amazon wish list, all the Star Wars costumes, and I would make Star Wars roleplays, ASMR roleplays non-stop. I have a billion in my head, but those are the scenarios that I want to be in, like Jedi scenarios and Bounty Hunter and Kylo Ren interrogation and things like that. And oh my goodness, Yoda, you meant to be making me stop talking about Star Wars. So he's there. So today's theme is going to be about adventure, and I have 3 Blu-rays with me, and the ones that I'm going to deal with are Blu-rays because I think I could quite safely say I've made the transition between DVD to Blu-ray. DVD's now in that classic realm, like Star Wars Legends, and I like seeing the new crisp versions of old movies, and I love that so much. And when you watch new movies, then you kind of get that sort of new sense about it, but it seems more realistic, and it brings this new sense of like added dimension to the movie, since it's in Blu-ray. So the movies I have here are my adventurous selection of 3, but they are kind of generic. They're sort of generically picked, but it still ticks every single box for wanting to go into an adventure. So obviously I'm going to talk about them. So the first movie that I have with me, I think this is the most sort of adventurous field for me. Of course, your movie choices are going to be a little bit different to mine, and you're going to like different things, and I'm going to like different things. But this is just my recommendation, and I'm sure you've seen these before. But if you're still in the DVD realm, then I'm hopefully going to convince you after this. If you haven't fallen asleep or anything, or chilled out too much, that just getting it on Blu-ray will really enhance your experience. So, without any further ado, I have one with me here. this one is a real adventure, and there are many in this. There are so many movies in this series. I suppose you call it a series or saga. And this adventure takes you to wild and exotic places and locations, and deals with sort of everyday things, relationships, but in the past, with different antagonists and protagonists. And, well, I'm not going to let you play the guessing game. For me, it's Indiana Jones. And this, for me, is one of those movies when I sit there and I'm seeking a fun movie to watch. This is just the movie you would say finish your roast dinner and you want something to do on an afternoon, you're not doing anything, and you want to go, or even if you just want to escape and go somewhere fun and have your own wild adventures, then I always end up going to Indiana Jones. And you guessed it, kid, it's one of those films which has become so nostalgic that it just reminds you of a time when you was young and used to think like if you were Indiana Jones and you'd play those scenes and pretend you're him and try and find everything and run away from things, set these traps and then try and jump over them and things. To this relights that spark of childhood in a way, but still in an adult context. So the thing with this Blu-ray is that it contains all four. Now there is talks that there is going to be another Indiana Jones. It has been confirmed and made official that Indiana Jones will be returning and Harrison Ford is the one and only Indiana Jones. Disney says this. The thing that excites me the most about it is that John Williams also said that he would score Indiana Jones 5, which excites me greatly. Now there isn't a day that goes by where I don't tune into John Williams music, and it's just basically a soundtrack to my life now. Movie soundtracks are non-stop being played throughout the day, and it makes everything just so much better and more epic. So this contains Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and The Kingdom of Crystal Skull. Now, we all know which is probably the least favourite, but I don't really see it so much like that. For me, I go in seeking adventure, and I want the satisfaction of that, and I get it every time with Indiana Jones. So, here it has 4 discs, or 5 rather, the 4 movies, and then the special features also. I haven't quite got around to the special features yet, but that's something which I also read quite a lot. Harrison Ford, to me, is one of my favourite actors, and he is built for this role, and for a certain other role also, but for Indiana Jones, I think it has more depth, and I couldn't imagine anyone else playing Indiana Jones. Sure, in The Last Crusade there was a young Indiana Jones as kind of the prologue scene, and you saw how he became Harrison Ford Indiana Jones, and that was really, really cool. And that, to me, is why my favourite Indiana Jones has got to be The Last Crusade. Now, it's that father and son relationship and building that father and son relationship, which I think is really, really stands out and is really important, and it carries on as a really prominent theme throughout the movie. And I think Sean Connery as Indiana Jones's father, I think the chemistry between them still can't be matched. It's humorous, it's loving, it's endearing. It has all those qualities you want to see, and it puts Indiana Jones in certain places where you think you wouldn't really imagine him in like in a family-based scenario. So seeing him fight all these things and search for all these artifacts and religious artifacts and discovering the truth behind all these mysteries, to see him placed with his father, who has already had a strange relationship with, and then to do those adventures together whilst bringing back Sala and Marcus Brody, who I absolutely love as well. I just thought it was just so well made, and the connection between those four just worked for the whole movie, and it ticks those boxes of friendship and family and adventure, and that's why in the Indiana Jones series that's really covers adventure for me. So that's why I got that on Blu-ray, because I wanted an enhanced experience of that. What I can say is with those Blu-rays for Indiana Jones, you really do notice a difference, and depending on what television you have, it's automatically going to enhance that. If it's a really good 1080p television on Blu-ray, and if you're going for the 4K type thing as well, and 4K will already automatically enhance that and bring it to the best possible picture for you. So Indiana Jones is highly recommended by me if you want something which is adventurous and something which you could sit down, just escape to somewhere and have a good time with that movie. And that's why I watch movies. It's because I want to sit there, escape from everything and just immerse myself in something fun and enjoyable, but also relate to the character as well. And with The Last Crusade, the father-son thing I love so much, and it's very nostalgic for me. Something that is extremely important for me is the soundtrack for these movies, and like I expressed earlier on, John Williams is like my favourite composer. His themes are just known everywhere, and to me can't be matched. I could spot a piece of John Williams music anywhere, even if I hadn't heard it before. I would know it, along with many other composers. But Last Crusade theme, the Crusade, the Holy Grail theme, something really subtle but angelic and powerful and religious, just backs that Holy Grail, and you hear those different variations of that theme played throughout the movie, and it just works so well to fit in with Indiana Jones and his dad's relationship, and just shows what a powerful bond they have as well. Just the whole score in that just works, and for me it's just like I said, ticks every box. So Indiana Jones on Blu-ray, any of them, highly recommend for that adventurous feeling when you're watching a movie. Everyone's watched these anyway, I'm sure, but make the step up to Blu-ray if you haven't, because I highly recommend it. So that's Indiana Jones. Okay. Life finds a way, as you so eloquently put it, and that is why Jurassic Park will have to be coming up as another choice for feeling adventurous when watching a movie. sure seen these as well. These are two classics which just can't be touched. Now my favourite out of these has got to be the first original Jurassic Park. There was something about that, the combination of the characters, the first time seeing dinosaurs in the movie, and that was my case. I hadn't seen dinosaurs on a movie before, and seeing that, I remember having recurring nightmares about dinosaurs when I was a kid, about T-Rex following me around, and occasionally it still does happen, and velociraptors have turned up also. So if someone could tell me that, the meaning behind that T-Rex in dreams, then I'd very much like to know. So, Jurassic Park is one of those movies which really takes you into this world that you just wish was real, and it makes you feel like dinosaurs in reality. To make them is actually possible. You come away feeling after watching these movies like that actually happened or could happen. Like you don't really second guess if these dinosaurs are real or not. You just know through Jurassic Park it feels so real and gritty, but also really makes the dinosaurs feel like animals. It wasn't done in a way where it makes them come across as monsters. Maybe on the third Jurassic Park you get that vibe, but the first two certainly, they really had this animal feel about them. They brought them to life through so many different means, and that combination of research and digital effects just made these dinosaurs come to life, and that is why I love Jurassic Park so much. Now, I had these on DVD, and they certainly were fun to watch, but when they came on Blu-ray, I waited a while until I made the plunge, and I think if you haven't got it on Blu-ray already, then I think now may be the time to make the plunge, because it is at a pretty good price. And watching these, I haven't seen the 3D version for the first Jurassic Park. I'm a bit skeptical to watch that or actually get it, because that whole thing about enhancing or turning a 2D movie into a 3D movie, I'm not sure if that works. I'd really love to see the Phantom Menace in 3D. I suppose I would like to see the first original Jurassic Park in 3D also, just to see that added dimension, I suppose. And that's all it does, it adds another layer of dimension to it. But I think my favourite bit with this Jurassic Park, there are so many great bits with it, but I think it is the introduction of the T-Rex, and seeing that T-Rex for the first time, how it moves, how it looks, and hearing its roar, it just gave me the chills. I remember when I was watching it, I could feel it through my spine, and it's become so iconic, and it's such a powerful sound we associate it with a T-Rex. In reality, it probably sounds nothing like that, or nowhere near as cool as what it does in Jurassic Park, but still, that's the beauty of it. You don't really think about that or second guess it, you just assume that that's a T-Rex's roar. So this really is one of those family type movies, and I suppose I can't wait, if I was to have children, then to sit them down in front of the television or whatever it would be, and stick on Jurassic Park, and just to see their reactions. And also with many other films, I'd love to do that too, integral scenes, just to see if they'd like it and what they think about it. But this really is a family filled film, but for adventurous purposes. I think the locations escaping to this other world, seeing dinosaurs. I mean, who doesn't want to see dinosaurs? I mean, I don't know anyone who doesn't really like Jurassic Park. Sure, you might not like Jurassic Park 3, and to me that's somewhat understandable. That felt like it wasn't filmed in a way which had all the love and care which the first one had. The second one, I loved Ian Malcolm, and I thought it was great, introducing the other characters, and I thought that still was a really good story. There were certain parts in it which were a little bit slow in the scenes, but the whole thing still has that nostalgic feel about it. The third one, though, felt like, what should we do in this third Jurassic Park movie? Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we send them into the island, obviously, but something goes wrong, so they crash there. A little bit predictable. And, or we must add something in there, like boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, well, we have this couple in there, and they're finding their kid. And then they get reunited with their kid. Okay, and this kid has managed to survive in Jurassic Park with all these dinosaurs and so on and so forth. I mean, there's something about that. I still find the film very enjoyable, but I feel like the Stegosaurus wasn't filmed in a way which made it really imposing like the T-Rex. There are certain scenes, I think it was the animatronic ones, which it just didn't look real for me. And I feel like with the T-Rex, they nailed it. They had the right atmosphere in it, and it came across really well. But with the Stegosaurus, some scenes where it burst through the fence and you thought they were all safe. I loved that scene so much, like, whoa, what's going to happen now? And things like that, knowing that was sort of following you the whole time, and it defeated the T-Rex, shows how mighty and powerful it was. And it had a lot of scope, and Sam Neill reprising his role as well. I think they had a lot of potential, but I don't think it was made in a way which gave that potential justice. But still, very enjoyable film. But the first and second are definitely my favourites out of the Jurassic Park movies, and they will always have that place in the adventure section when I want to watch movies. So, if not all of them, these two are a must for Blu-ray, and if you want to enjoy yourself, because I highly enjoy those movies and dinosaurs, and I could sometimes find myself looking up dinosaurs online and trying to find out news for the next Jurassic Park World movies, and there's something about them which I find so fascinating that I have to know more about paleontology. It's always been an interest of mine. There's so many discussions and debates and things which, to me, maybe the nerd inside me finds it a little bit too interesting. So when I go through phases like now, where I could quite happily watch those for a few times within a short period of time, they'll be on repeat, and they make me feel like I've really gone for an adventure, and it just kind of makes me want to go to Hawaii even more. So, the third one, there we go, Jurassic World. Now this one has been unopened. It has recently arrived because I wanted to see some dinosaurs in 3D. Now, when I went to see this at the cinema, there were moments in there where I feel like I'm not entirely sure in 3D yet. I remember the Velociraptor scene where he's training the Velociraptors. Now, there was a love-hate Marmite relationship to that, but I really liked it. But there was something about it, like it was too real, and seeing it in 3D, it was like too real, and I wasn't quite sure if there was too much or or if it was just perfect. But the scene for me, which I love so much, is the scene which is portrayed on the front cover of this Blu-ray, and that is the Velociraptor scene where they're going to hunt the Indominus Rex. Now, that when he jumps on the bike and the raptors don't eat him, they know he's the alpha male. And yeah, I just love the music with that. Michael G, I won't even try to pronounce his name, chap who composed Lost. I recognised his music in it, looked it up, lo and behold, it was him. And I think he came really close in creating that John Williams vibe, and especially in that scene where the raptors go after the Indominus Rex and he's on the motorbike. And it's in my head, and it might be in yours as well. But it sticks with you, and it has a really John Williams feel, which I loved, and I wanted to see more of that. There were some things in this movie, apart from it being incredibly adventurous, and I love the scene where the boy is running through Jurassic World and it's all open and it's just a normal thing now, and then the Jurassic Park music kicks in and it's all revealed. That was special. That was like a special moment, and I still feel that when I watch it. But the part where they are running away from the Indominus Rex, the two boys, they just escaped the sphere, and they fixed up the Jeep, and then they set off in the Jeep, and then the music starts building up. And they turn up to find their nephews and just hear the Jeep drive off in the distance. It makes it feel like there's going to be some awesome car chase scene. It makes it seem like there's going to be some awesome car chase scene, but it never really materializes, and then the Indominus Rex turns up, and then it just sniffs around, and then they escape. Again, for me, I feel like that could have been a really great Jeep chase using the original Jurassic Park Jeeps with the Indominus Rex following them. That is something I remember seeing and thinking, that scene, why didn't they do that there? But it's just one of those things. There are a couple of things in Jurassic World which I feel like could have changed slightly, and it would have come across really well and made this film so great. But for me, it's just a great film, and it really does tick all those adventurous boxes which you want to have when seeking a film and seeking adventure in a film. So Jurassic World, I've yet to watch it in 3D on my television. The last time I saw it was at cinema in 3D, but I'm very excited to watch it. So those are the two movies at the moment which I'm currently watching, and I was thinking, whilst I'm watching these movies, what am I actually wanting out of them? And that was adventure. So that's why I thought I'm going to make a video. I'm going to give my recommendations, hopefully persuade you to get the Blu-rays and see what I'm talking about, and yeah, try and make it just a nice, relaxing talk about movies. As for me, movies is part of my life in many different aspects, and so I love talking about movies. I love certain other things about movies, and I think for me, when I want to watch certain movies, I have to be in the mood for something. So when I watch something else, then I will remain watching that for a long while. For me, I always find myself in certain moods, wanting to watch certain movies, and I will stick with those movies for a period of time and watch them on repeat until I've got that adventurous feeling out of my system. So I hope that you've enjoyed the movie discussion that we've had today. Today's topic was covering the adventure side of movies, which I have, and my favourite ones when I'm seeking adventure. So I hope you had a good time and found that easy to chill to, perhaps fall asleep to, listening to something which I enjoy, in my case movies. If someone's talking about it, then I'll listen, and if it's in the ASMR style, then I will fall asleep, and it's as simple as that. Now, a video that I did watch, which was so cool, and Cara, whatever her name is, but there's a channel which has these actresses, and they give ASMR a bit of a go, and I loved that so much. I thought that was great, and it kind of combined the two, because she was talking about Suicide Squad and her role in that, and a bit about the movie. I love movies, and I love ASMR, and I love being relaxed, and so that's a perfect combination for me. So I hope it was for you too. So if you like this, then be sure to let me know about it. If there's a certain topic about movies you would like me to discuss next time in the future. Today's one was adventure. If there's something else, then let me know, and that might get made next time. So hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll be seeing you again soon. Junior? It is you, Junior. Don't call me that, Dad, please.